unconscious just before when that bear was mauling me, and I went to a very strange place. I saw my mother, and she was telling me about the pool that I have inside of me. It feels like a liquid in my chest. And there have been times in my life when I was under duress, and the liquid would flow through my arms to my fingertips in my dreams, and I could see a source of light. My hands glowed just now as I opened my eyes and found myself in your slimy arm. Very strange. Perhaps our fate is intertwined.
I bet you say that to all the guys.
There was a man.
I do have that effect on people.
There was a man tracking a unicorn several years ago. He was capturing them and collecting their blood. And I and a few others were hunting him. And I found him. And when I saw what he had done, I found it so grotesque that I began to duel him. And he managed to disarm me, and he was on top of me, strangling the life out of me, when all of a sudden that pool in my chest came through my arms, and I saw a flash of green light, and suddenly he was dead. These are powers that my mother has told me that I possess, but she sadly was never able to help me come to fruition with them. I've never been able to do that again. But today, when I fell unconscious, was the first time I've thought of it since then.
Oh.
Perhaps these illithid creatures that you speak of have something to do with these mysterious powers. Do they have any lore in the local libraries about these creatures?
I don't trust the libraries.
Or is this all something that you have witnessed yourself?
I witnessed it myself. They pulled me into their Nautiloid spaceship. They fondled me all over my body. They kept me there for a few days. And they just threw me out of the back hatch back into the woods in front of my shack. I hit like 5-10 tree branches on the way down. Knocked myself out. I was gone for like 3 days, man. When I woke up, I could move things with my mind. I immediately went into the village and showed everybody. Crazy old man Wilkins really did it. He really got abducted by aliens. The messages were true.
Well, perhaps one day we'll run into them again.
I hope so. Those guys were dope.
All right.
You can have inspiration, Chad.
Okay. I'll get you a coin.
You guys, while you were talking, you had entered a canyon down by those mountains where the Dwarven excavation is supposed to be. The canyon's rocky walls rise to the height of 80 feet. At the end of the canyon, a 20-foot-high wall of black stone has a broken gate carved into it, with one stone door hanging precariously by a hinge and the other door missing. Beyond this open gate, in the shadow of a great mountain to the east, lies a ruined settlement. All is quiet.
So this door, it looks of Dwarven made?
Yes, you would recognize it.
This is Dwarven made.
Hold on. You told me we were going to the gnomes.
Dwarves.
I thought you said gnomes.
That's after this.
No. You said we were going to the gnomes first, I
While they're
remember.
arguing, I'm going to silently look around and see if I can perceive any ambush.
Perhaps the Manticore tricked us.
You want me to make a perception check for that?
Sounds good, yeah. You can look around the surroundings. You're in a canyon right now.
I don't trust the dwarves. What are they hiding underground?
Dang it. Get there. Natural 20.
Oh.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
So that would be
All
27.
right, shit, I have that. What am I doing? I suck.
No, you don't?
Who was that?
Yeah, only old man Wilkins can hear that.
God damn it!
It's a lot of rubble. It's brief of vegetation, except for some scraggly weeds. It's pretty desolate. Would you guys like to enter the Dwarven door?
I don't see any signs of an ambush.
Are there any bodies around?
No, it's just a canyon, empty canyon right now.
Old Man Wilkins is going to hold his shield with both of his hands on both sides and walk forward
All right.
cautiously.
Who's leading the way?
Well, before we go in, can we tell how the door was removed? Is there claw marks or battering?
Yeah,
ram
go ahead
or-
and do an investigation check.
Yeah. Rolling
Can I
quick.
assist him?
Sure. I'd almost say you can do it with advantage, Mike. I'll
You
tell
can't
you
because
why.
it's stonework.
Yeah,
Yeah, you get to do it with advantage. It's stonework.
Oh,
it's Dwarven door and stuff.
all right. Well, that one's better. 8.
Do you have nothing to modify it?
No, because that's intelligence.
I got a 19, so your investigation is 19.
Okay.
Well,
19.
you, being a dwarf, realize that it has the impact of like dwarven hammers. Like dwarfs have busted the door open. So it would be people of your own kind that have
Huh.
opened the door. There's no claw marks or anything like that.
Well, it looks like the dwarf's broken, but
Sounds like dwarves to me.
Dwarves are obviously some sort of tool has been used to break this to
And they-
bits.
There's your quest card. That will remind you what your mission is there.
My memory's not as good as it used to be. What were we here for again? Dwarf prospectors found ancient dwarven ruins in the mountains southwest of here and have begun an archaeological dig for treasure and relics. They need to be warned that a white dragon has moved into the area. Oh. Well, that's easy. Old Man Wilkins is going to walk up to the broken door and go, "Hey, dwarves! There's a white dragon in the
Silence,
air!"
old man. I put my hand over his mouth before he can get the rest of the sentence out. Now every creature in that mountain knows that we're here.
Well, we delivered the warning.
We'll have to investigate.
we'll have to investigate.
So you walk through the doors.
Yeah.
Yes.
You find yourself in a courtyard. This used to be a dwarven settlement. You would recognize a lot of this structure, Mike. I'm sorry, Tordic? Tordic, right?
Yes.
It looks like there was some form of avalanche that has crushed most of the buildings that were there, but they were like little dwarven settlements.
Recent.
No.
Okay.
It's been crushed for a long time. Like you don't know the name of the city, but there was once a little dwarven city here, at least a dwarven settlement. You do see every once in a while crushed dwarf bones, and there is some signs of recent campfires, but you would guess that would be from the prospectors.
Okay.
But it's just basically a hollowed out ghost town. But you can hear some movement a little farther down past the courtyard towards the temple gates.
I'll point towards the temple gates. That.
You would recognize the voices, people talking, they're speaking Dwarvish.
Oh. Okay. Dwarves.
Aye.
All right.
Old Man Wilkins is going to reach into his provisions and pull out a pickle and loudly start munching on it.
A partially collapsed 10-foot-high wall separates this courtyard from the settlement west of it. 3 heaps of rubble are piled high in this area. Hewed from the canyon's back wall, a 30-foot-high temple facade featuring steps rises to a stone platform. Cut into this facade is a 10-foot-high open doorway flanked by crumbling, life-size granite statues of cloaked dwarfs. Evil grins can be seen on their weather-worn faces.
But they're evil grins. Every dwarf I've ever seen has that same grin.
I don't have that grin.
I wasn't talking to you. He says straight to you. He said the whole thing to you. and then he turns. And he goes, "Can you believe this guy listening into our conversations?"
How terrible.
I wasn't talking to you either.
Oh, God.
What's it's dark. As you go in the cave, it gets darker. What we got for visions?
Yeah, dark vision.
Dark vision.
Dark vision. No vision. Third vision.
Do you have any?
My third eye is wide open, but it can't see in the dark either.
I have a lantern. Would you like to put it on the end of your stick?
Sure.
Take a piece of leather and just like kind of tie it
No,
on there.
no, forget that. It just floats in front of my stick
Okay.
as I use my mind powers to levitate it.
All right, very good. He's levitating my lantern.
Oh, okay, sweet. So you guys would walk into the courtyard. I mean, up the stairs towards those statues, where you hear the sounds of people talking. You see two shield dwarfs. They're talking in Dwarven. And they're just kind of bickering like an old married couple, you know. They don't notice your presence.
Can I tell what they're bickering about?
Oh, about secret passages. There's got to be more. You know, they already found one. There's probably plenty others. One's like, look, this place could collapse. The other's like, but come on, there's got to be more treasure. The other one's like, but the creatures. So they're scared of something.
Yeah.
One's adventurous, one's cautious.
I'll shout out a greetings.
All right,
To them?
Dwarvish. Yes.
Yeah.
And they kind of turn around and they recognize you as a dwarf.
Shasta! Even I know that one.
Yes, we all know. Vassal. Wait, I don't even know.
A Prostvala!
Karustvala.
Soy Joe Welkins.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Welcome, laddie. You guys go up to them.
Yeah.
What brings you here?
Well, we've come from Phandalin with a warning about a white dragon that's been making his home in these parts.
Also, you should know that the dragon is depleting the food sources locally in the forest and driving some of the more treacherous creatures into hunger, and they will all be looking for food. It might not be safe for you to stay alone here in the canyon anymore.
They do speak common, so they understand what you said.
Good.
Unless you speak Dwarvish too, I don't know.
I do not.
Okay.
Oh, that'll just be common.
Well, I mean, there's lots of treasure to have here, laddie. I mean, we can't just up and leave.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but I think a dragon may be looking for that treasure as well.
The cautious one's like, he's got a point. Dragon. Oh, dragon can't come in here. He can't fit in here. Look how tight these walls are. We're safer in here than we are out there. Plus, we could be rich. We could be rich, except for there's a creature in the other room, the altar room, some kind of gooey thing. Perhaps
Gooey's
we
not
can
so
make
bad.
a deal.
Gooey creature.
What is this gooey creature? I'm intrigued by it.
It's
Could it be a relative?
It's almost like walking liquid.
Ow.
Like mucus?
Yes.
Could it be a relative of yours?
I think we're all related in one way or another.
Would you be willing to show us?
Well, I mean, the cautious one's like, no. We don't want to go in there. We could take you there. If you can defeat it, maybe we could split whatever treasure you find 50-50.
Are you good at killing slimy creatures? With your slime? I'm talking about slime on slime action.
If you're willing to do the job, we could give you a little bit of reward right now with these sending stones.
I don't need those.
I don't know what those are.
I don't trust those sending stones. Everybody knows that the mages at Candlekeep tap into them to listen into our conversations. And they watch everything we do.
The cautious one's like, he's right. I've heard about them putting viruses in the center.
One time I was talking on a sending stone, and I swear there was somebody else there. I could hear somebody else on the other end. I was like, is there somebody listening in? They didn't say anything, but I know they heard me.
But apparently our party member here has the ability to mimic the powers of this sending stone.
Well, I'm sure there's other treasure in there that you could take, laddie.
I'm willing to remove the creature for them, are you not?
Sure.
I'm a man of the people.
Sounds like it could be quite glorious.
Here, we'll give it to the dwarf. You take it anyway.
Okay. Thank you.
In case you get in trouble.
Oh, there's two. I like it when I find just one sending stone, because anybody could be on the other side.
We found one secret passage in there. I'm sure there's more. Probably with loot hidden.
Does the secret passage come out into the room where the creature is?
No, we went in, when we went in there, we made a left, and that's where we found the first secret passage. We cleaned it out. I don't know if there's any other ones.
Well, if you found it, is it still a secret passage? You think about it.
He's thinking about it.
Is it? It's not so secret anymore, is it? Not really.
We
Now
found
we
a
know about
passage.
I'll kill this slime thing.
We're
Only
all-
to prove I'm the strongest slime there is.
Well, we're all in.
So the ceilings are 10 feet high. The doors are made of carved stone, and they're stone hinges for handles. So they would take a bit of a push or thieves' tools to open in some cases. Everything's cloaked with dust and rubble. There's a lot of rocks and stuff. Like there was an avalanche here at some time in the past, and sometimes the rock formations move, so it kicks up every once in a while.
Allow me. I can open that for you.
Alright.
Is it? I can try to open it with my thieves' tools then.
One time I knew this guy who could just slip under the crack in the door. It's crazy shit.
Was he an octopus?
I don't know what that is.
Thieves' tools. That would be 17 plus 4.
So you easily open the doors leading into the temple area.
Thieves' tools is such a dirty word. I don't like to call them that. I like to call them my burgling equipment.
Sounds much better.
And with your perception and knowledge that there is a creature here, you see something dangling from the ceiling here. It's kind of shadowed. You can see it with your vision. You can see it with your vision. You can see it with your lantern, I suppose. But it's dark, and it's right above that area.
Do you want to throw it some applesauce?
That thing can pry my applesauce out of my cold, dead hands.
Would I know from now seeing it anything about it if I did like a nature check to see?
Sure. Let's make a nature check.
That's
what we're here to do.
12.
You've heard of gelatinous creatures, gelatinous cube. Everybody's always talking about gelatinous cube. Mm-hmm. Black puddings, orc jellies, gray oozes. There's a lot of oozes that are pseudopods. They got range. They like to eat human flesh.
This is some sort of oozy creature.
They can fit under doors like his friend.
I have heard of them. They dwell in dark places. Perhaps this is one of those now.
Any idea how to kill one?
I like to begin with brute force whenever I'm trying to kill something. Or
I heard that slimes were created by Mordekainen when he sneezed too hard into an alchemical substance once. That's where they come from.
who is this Mordekainen you speak of?
Nobody knows.
Like everyone knows who he is.
You have a very holy aura about you. Perhaps are you some form of wielder of holy powers?
Yeah, you've seen me moving.
Not
things.
you.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
Well, then, we'll start with
sometimes.
that.
Okay. I have a holy item.
I will move into the room just enough to see if there's any sort of movement by the thing, if it notices what we're here.
So
Yes.
I would like to say, Old Man Welkins, being the naturally suspicious type, is going to closely investigate the room. As the previous rooms were extremely dusty, he would like to investigate to see if perhaps there is that same layer of dust in this room.
Sure.
Is there?
Make an investigation check.
Because he's just the naturally suspicious type. 9.
He is looking at all this dust, and he isn't even focused on that creature there. But he does notice there's another creature to the side of him. So we will roll for initiative.
God damn.
Oh! After all. 10.
I love this dice, but it has rolled a total of 5 natural ones between the last 2 games, and not one natural.
So,
well, only one natural 20.
20 to 15? 15 to 10?
14.
Yeah, I'll make 10.
Alright.
5.
Alright. You're up first, Mr. Trenton. I'm sorry, old man
no.
Wilkins.
Am I? No, I'm not. I thought I'd go roll the 10, he rolled a 15.
You're up first, Tordik.
There you go.
Alright. Well,
Fight for your position.
I guess I will go up to. Get to I guess an attack him. Yes.
Now you can use your smite power, right?
Only if I hit him.
Yeah, you gotta hit it. You gotta hit it first.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yes.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's going to be a 6 to hit.
A 6 will not hit.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Anybody want to use their inspiration for him?
Not right now.
It'll be okay. Somebody might die again.
That's not a good thing to say.
That's not a very nice thing to say. Okay.
Now would be a good time to pull your pants down and shit all over yourself like we talked about before.
Alright, well you're up then, Mr. Old
All
Man
right,
Wilkins.
so Old Man Wilkins is going to once again conjure up the power of his third eye, and this thing has to make a dex save.
Okay.
Or no, sorry, an intelligence save.
Oh. That's going to be a 4.
No. So it's going to take damage. Oh, yes, I'm good. Take 6 psychic damage. And slime begins to ooze out of Old Man Wilkins' nose and ears.
That is filthy.
Yes.
That's how his powers work.
Well then, if you're done, that creature will go ahead and attack you, Mike D.
Okay.
That's 12.
Nope.
Alright, so it does not hit. This one will climb across the wall, okay? It moves 10. I'll let it double move. That's the end of its turn, and you're up. I'm sorry, Westar. Bear-kissed.
Westar the Bear-kissed. Go 5, 10.
So you guys
is this
see
a
these-
pillar?
Yes.
Sure, yes, yeah.
Okay. well, I
You
don't
see
want
these
that.
oozes move very slowly. These gray-colored oozes. That was for you, audio.
25.
Watch out, these things are lightning quick!
Okay, I've moved 25 feet.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to try to assist the dwarf by shooting an arrow into that creature that he is swacking at. God. Fucking filthy. Damn it. That is only going to be a 9.
That will hit.
Hey! Jesus.
They're just big piles of ooze.
Ooze. Nice.
Everyone used to call me a big pile of ooze. I
Got
showed
a
them.
Sneak attack because he's
Got
adjacent
abducted
to
by
it. So.
aliens.
Longbow deals 12 plus 4, 16 damage.
He was
to
at
the
16.
ooze.
How's it look?
So I see him like swinging at something in the dark, and I kind of run over there, and I notice where it's like an ooze or something, and so I shoot an arrow, and as I do, just like sparkle like green, just like comes out of my eyes like a little bit of a dust, and that slams into that thing, and
Yeah, there's something that you did that empowered that arrow to just dissipate that ooze.
yeah,
It's
and
wild.
it just kind of melts.
Yeah. So that takes care of that one.
Cool.
It's off
Thank
the
you.
board, yeah.
And then I'll continue my move to be over here.
And that will bring us to back to you, Tordick.
Okay.
Another one over here, dwarf.
Alrighty.
And that one's on the ceiling, so it's we said the ceilings were 10 feet high. And how tall are you?
I don't know. Dwarf height.
Yeah, probably like 4 foot
medium.
5. Yeah.
You're medium, about 4 or 5.
I don't know if you'd be able to hit it with your hammer. You might.
Yeah. I'll throw a javelin at it.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got those for.
This reminds me of this song I heard a bard sing once.
Hey,
Hey.
Dancing on the
That's gonna be 20.
That hits.
Alright.
Am I right? I heard that one.
That's gonna be 8 points of damage.
All right.
Sweet.
Fair done.
Oh, 8 points. That's more than I could manage. I've been dealing 6 at max.
That'll bring you up, old man Wilkins.
Old Man Wilkins is going to open his third eye.
Make a dex save. It's still fun not having to roll for these things.
Yeah, that's gonna be 8.
That is what is referred to as a failure.
All right.
Take 4 damage
All right.
as a beam of psychic energy assaults this brainless creature's mind.
Yeah.
That's the end of my turn.
It's gonna double move towards the old man Jenkins. It moves 10 at a time. So it's just gonna get.
Wait, so it's going to double move?
Yeah, double move, but it can't do anything. It's just gonna get up.
It gets
toward
10
you.
at a time, so that's 5, 10.
I love that
15.
your name is Welkin. He still called you Old Man
Jenkins.
Jenkins.
Yeah.
Which is what we argued that his name
Oh.
should be.
Yeah, that's good. So he's gonna just move up there. He can't do anything.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo.
He just double moved to get to you.
Yay.
It is
Okay.
your turn, Westar.
I will try to thread the needle once again. 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
No, yep. And that is.
Oh,
10,
I literally just gave him the sneak attack, didn't I?
11. Yeah.
11 damage. How's that look?
Once again, it's like almost like this like fucking weird light comes out of my eyes, and I shoot the arrow into this creature, and he dissipates.
Save one for me next time. Thanks, guys. Did the whole thing with my
It's
eye.
as if the bear unlocked something inside me. It's strange. I can feel it growing. I
You become bearborn?
am bearborn.
I used to feel something growing inside me as well. But then I just drank enough of Old Man Wilkins' patented moonshine. And I killed that little mine tadpole.
Do you have any of that moonshine now?
No. They stole it from me.
I was going to suggest you use some of it to
The
clean your face.
government.
Here. I cut off a piece of my scarf, and I will at least wipe your nose.
Old Man Wilkin blows his nose hard into into your scarf, and it comes out damp with the slime that he exudes when he casts spells. And he goes, "Thank you," and gives it back.
It's like Roger Rabbit. handkerchief.
Who said that?
Well, let's look around the room.
We did it.
Alright.
Now, if this room contains treasures such as the dwarf says,
So yeah, let's
we
pretend.
would need to check for traps.
I'm sorry. We'll say this way was where they had found the secret, non-secret room.
Okay.
They cleared it out. So you guys can look anywhere else you want around there. There's a pathway. There's going to be a pathway this way.
I want
Okay.
to carefully investigate and make sure that there's no traps around here. Maybe.
All right.
I'm looking
Give me an
for
investigation
threads. Yeah, that's a total of 8.
Plus anything else?
No, I rolled a 2. I just rolled a 3 and a 2 back to back.
Maybe they weren't seeing.
Well, then
with
you
their
see
third
nothing.
eye.
Yeah. I love that I have all these fucking awesome rogue skills and I'm just fucking.
Do you wanna
rolling
look
like an
around?
idiot.
Yeah.
Because
look
you
around.
recognize some of this dwarven stuff. Give me a history check with advantage.
I'm out of my element. Most of my dealings have been in the forest.
16.
Yeah, the
I
altar.
used to deal in alleyways.
God damn it.
The altar strikes you. You think back to an old dwarven god named Abathar, and he's appeased by sacrifices of blood and gemstones. You remember his old saying was, "Greed is good."
I agree with them there.
So this is a dwarven god.
I'll walk over and say, well, now, greed is good. Abathar, what have you got for us?
You find a little secret door.
Oh.
All
Would
right.
you like to open it?
Can I tell if it's trapped?
You can certainly try. Your
Seems to be a
your elf
secret
friend
door
didn't
here.
find anything.
I didn't see it before.
This is Abathar's altar. He's a greedy god. He likes blood and gemstones.
I would almost guarantee that it's trapped.
Yeah.
If you like, I can open it with my thieves' tools.
Don't pay no attention. Pay no attention to the sound of the music.
I could try to open it with my thieves' tools to
Okay.
try and avoid any kind of unwanted consequences.
Sounds good.
I'm going to make an attempt to open
Okay.
it with my thieves' tools with caution. And that's going to be a 12.
That was the wrong one, but okay. When you do it, the little compartment door opens and a dozen dwarf skulls come tumbling out. And there's at the bottom of the cavity is a little stone coffer that you grab. You pick it up and you open it up.
It says when you open the
And you open it and you look inside and you see 15 gemstones. With your knowledge of jewels, you'd say they're probably worth 10 gold each.
Here's your gods.
This is
Gems.
5 each.
15 gemstones.
Old Ned Wilkins is going to investigate this secret room that they've already investigated, and he's going to say, maybe they weren't seeing with their third eye and they missed something.
It's just a lot of rubble and stuff. You can see where they had been picked through. There were some empty chests and stuff there, so they've already cleared that all out.
Rubble, rubble.
Any hidden compartments behind the chests? Oh wait, we're not with him. He's in the other room.
This used to be the pantry, I'm sure of it.
Welcome. We have found some gems.
Gems, you say?
Yes. Apparently, they were hidden inside a secret door that the dwarf was able to discover.
There's any significance to the 12 skulls?
No,
That I
it's
would-
just sacrifices. The blood sacrifices probably.
I'll push the skulls back up in there.
Oh.
Dang it, you guys beat me to it.
What have you found in this room here?
Nothing in this realm.
Do you want to check check around the room? Maybe just give me some as you guys make your way around them. Just maybe give some perception checks.
You wouldn't
Do we know
believe what
there's
I'm
a
seeing on the
passage there?
ethereal.
Yeah, there's a
plane right
walkway
now.
there. Yeah.
There's a walkway over there too.
There's a way back there. Perhaps we should try and find something in this physical plane.
Perception check, you said?
Yeah.
So that would be a...
Although I am
I'm
fascinated
sorry,
with your
wisdom check.
ethereal
Yeah,
plane.
perception, yeah.
I am fascinated
so I rolled
by
a
these.
15.
Alright, 15's good. Anything else? As you were
Do I add
walking,
anything to that?
For what?
Perception.
It would be your perception skill.
No. Oh, so that would be 16, actually.
you as you're walking, you you didn't hear?
Yeah, well, I was
Sure,
looking
right
there
here.
still, because you said...
Okay,
we
let's
had
just
to
say
run.
you go around. So
Yeah.
you find another walkway. Like there's like a little bit of dust moved here that you can see, and when you investigate it, there's a secret door there. You can kind of push it open with your dwarven knowledge and stuff.
Okay. I'll,
So wait, are we both in here?
I just kind of hanging out with the two of you.
I
It's
thought
like
that he.
Yeah, there's a walkway there, and then there's another secret passage, kind of like right next to the temple
Okay.
stand. So if you just crack it open, you kind of look in there, and there's a room in there.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's
Little
another
tunnel
room
that
here.
leads to a room.
What have you discovered?
Oh yeah, I totally saw that earlier. I was gonna go there next.
This appears to be a room at the end of this tunnel.
That's the way it appears. Yeah.
Your abilities as a child of the stone have become quite handy. I can go forward if you'd like me to go first.
Sure.
Child of the stone. People used to call me a kid of the rock.
The crack rock?
What? No.
That's a special drug they make with moon sugar. The high elves.
So you go in that tunnel, and you make your way into there's a door. The door's unlocked. Do you open it?
I never trust an unlocked door.
You open the door, and you find yourself in a bed chamber. There are 3 stone bed frames standing against the east wall. It's a pretty
3 bed
small
frames?
room, yeah.
These stone beds are very uncomfortable. That's
They're
why,
good for the back, though.
that's why they call those dwarves stoners. 'Cause they always sleep on these hard stone beds.
I will investigate the beds.
All right.
My investigation check renders a 11. Sorry, that's a 6 plus 7. What is that? That's not even 11.
That's 13.
This seems to be an empty.
It's a 10.
Just an empty chamber, just with the beds. But you did notice there's some cracks along the right wall.
What do your dwarf eyes make of this?
I go up and kind of
Do
feel
they
that
seem
around.
natural?
It's about the same thing as a secret door there. You found another secret door.
Another secret door, it looks like.
These dwarves and their secret doors.
Secrets
You would
and
know
secrets.
from your dwarven that dwarves are, especially this is a god agreed, they trust no one.
Right.
They hide things, and they have a lot of secrets and hidden doors and stuff like that.
That's
You're not
why I don't
surprised.
trust dwarves.
This
because
god's
they don't
motto
trust
was greed
anybody.
is good, so
Hmm.
there will maybe quite a bit hidden here.
Can it be opened?
Yes. You open it, and it's it's like a stone wardrobe inside there. There you see the rotten remains of 2 suits, the red leather. There's little gold studs all along the outfit. You recognize them as vestments worn by the priests of Abador.
Vestments.
But they're ruined and worthless other than maybe the gold studs or whatever.
Any holy items left, or is all that gone?
And that's
These
all gone.
dwarves went to leather.
I find it unlucky to.
But there is another door at the end of this room.
Another door.
I find it unlucky to meddle with the remains of the dead.
Yeah.
I will move forward to the next door.
It's unlocked.
How would it look good?
Slowly creak it open.
You find yourself in a hallway. North of you is a giant pile of rubble with like a glint of green light coming through it, and to to the east of you is a partially collapsed room. There's a lot of rubble there, and you can make out a dwarf skeleton wearing some of the similar red leather armor underneath the rubble. He seems to have something around his neck.
Wow, look at that green glint. Bare-kissed. It's the same color as your aura.
Bring the lamp here, sir.
The lamp floats over to you.
Okay. I'm gonna look at that thing around his neck a little closely.
It's a necklace. It's a tiny jeweled dagger on a silver chain.
Do I recognize that as anything to do with the scout?
That is Abathar's symbol.
Avatar's
And
symbol?
in Dwarvish written is the words "Greed is good."
Greed is good.
You would eyeball it; it'd be worth about 50 gold.
Yoink!
You let him grab the necklace.
I would not want to do that if I were you.
Well, no, he's in the middle of doing it. He's reaching for it. What do you guys do?
Before you touch that old man,
I don't know if you could talk to him. He's like moving his hand like this is instantaneous. What do you do?
He's
gonna try and
definitely
stop him.
Okay.
He's a worshiper of this god.
before you do that, old man, remember, there are strange things hidden in the dark, and traps that men might not be able
I
to
know
notice with their hands.
that. I was testing you.
He said it's a dagger and
Pass.
everything.
Yeah, it's a holy symbol.
Grab it
It's
for
a
me.
tiny jeweled dagger on a silver chain.
As I said before, it is unlucky to meddle with the remains of the dead.
Luck was something invented by the Celestials to try to control us and keep us from taking pretty necklaces.
You can take it if you so desire, but if you do, you might bring doom upon us all.
Oh, doom's coming one way or another, but now if I take the necklace, you're gonna blame me when it happens.
That is most assuredly true.
I'll leave it there. But it would look good around my neck.
Besides, you might offend the dwarf.
No. Not offended.
Greed is good.
Greed is good.
Well then, by all means, take what is yours.
No, I wouldn't want to offend the elf.
Does it look like it's got anything going on?
It just looks like a holy symbol.
The
Anything-
green light is coming from above.
It's coming from the cracks behind a crevice. There's a lot of rocks and rubble. You'd have to take some time to move the rubble if you want to go into wherever that area is.
Maybe we wait and see what that is first.
I'm going to investigate those rocks.
Oh.
See if we can't excavate them away and discover the source of that green light.
I'll help with my mind.
So you start floating rocks away?
Yes.
Alright.
Do you help?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you
I
guys
have a crowbar, I can
start moving it and
pulling stuff down and carrying it away.
Let's do some math, boys. It says it would take a single character 40 hours to move the rubble. So we got 3 characters.
Oh God.
Let's say it took
33.
you guys 12 hours to move all the rubble.
Oh,
So night falls outside the cave.
By the end of this, Old Man Wilkins is dripping in slime. He's glossy. There's a puddle around him on the floor.
And you still didn't take that necklace. I'm proud of you.
See my sticker? Now it makes sense. So you guys finally get the rubble out of the way. You come in that door. I'll let you know what you see here.
I didn't paint it yet. You got a painted one.
When you walk in, you see a dwarf statue.
I should have brought the dungeon.
The dwarf, it's a dwarf statue with horns, which stares greedily at a glowing green gem in its hands. Next to it,
Yoink.
in this position, seems to be a destroyed statue similar to this. And there's debris and bones, dwarf bones on the ground.
Does it look like it exploded?
You can investigate, sir.
It's stonework, so
go stand on the pedestal,
you
dwarf.
get double your proficiency added to that.
I don't have a proficiency though.
Yeah, you do.
You're a dwarf, you're gonna get it.
So what is your current modification?
Well, for investigation, I have a 0.
Okay, now you take your proficiency bonus,
Okay.
which is 2.
Yep.
multiply it by 2, so it's 4.
So it's 4.
So it's 4 plus 18.
So
When
it's
it
22.
involves stonework.
Okay, 22.
So were you going to the statue or the busted statue? Okay.
Yeah.
So you go down there, really high roll. You see the dead body. It looks like the bones have been shattered, like there was some form of explosion. And you notice little green residue, like little shards of green on the ground.
Like the orb blew up. Perhaps.
How
the
high
orb
up?
blew up.
How high up is the this gem that's in the dwarf's hands?
Well, the roofs are only 10 feet high, so I would think
So
that
the
that's
gem, you
probably
think, is-
about an 8-foot statue, maybe.
Maybe a trap.
So you're probably 5 to 6 feet to the gem in his hands.
So the gem definitely is some sort of
Don't do it.
trap that we don't. I'm talking to you, and he's over there doing his thing like fucking Baby Yoda.
Listen, he's in character. I give
Yeah.
him kudos for that shit.
Yeah, he's over
That's
there
why I'm going to
doing-
ask you guys if you want to stop him every time.
No, I'm not stopping. I don't notice it. I'm
Yeah.
over there investigating the
I wouldn't
rubble
do
with
that
you.
yet.
Why not?
Well, this one appears to have blown up.
The gem could be some sort of trap device, like the necklace outside.
Do you really think there's 2 trapped gems in this room?
Does this green gem, do I recall maybe anything?
Is
For
there
this
writing on the
religion?
walls? Is
For
there
this
anything
statue?
written in thieves' can't?
Is
on
he a
the wall?
dwarven statue?
Well, this is a dwarven statue. It's with the greedy smile on it. It's to appease the Abathar god. If you want to roll a history check, we'll see what more we can do.
It's going to be
Abathar.
18.
Abathar was an evil god. He's a greedy god. I don't know if you follow him or not. You seem to like his shit so far. But you know that he's very untrustworthy of people, and he doesn't want to share his wealth. So once he's given wealth, he don't want to give it back.
He doesn't want to give it back. Yeah, greed is good.
We could stand back, and I could try to knock the.
I could use my telekinesis.
I jump out of the room as he does that.
Yeah, I step back into
You guys step back.
I jumped out of the room like I saw him. You go for it, and I jumped out of the room like he's gonna blow the place up.
So so you start to grab the telekinesis.
I didn't even fuck with him. I just was like, no, he's about to blow us all up.
And as soon as you grab the gem, it explodes. Luckily, you are outside the range. It's only a 10-foot range, so you guys are well out of it. But it does shatter, and anyone within range would take 4d10 piercing damage.
I think this god of yours is an asshole.
He's evil. Definitely evil.
Took us so long to get all that rubble and shit down. He just preferred to blow up our faces.
Well, now there must be something good in this room, right?
They were obviously here for a reason. There might be a treasure that is.
Oh, I'll say you get the gem. You can have the gem. The statue exploded.
Ooh.
Oh.
He does a little jig dance with the gem in his hand.
So you got the gem. So I don't want you to leave there empty-handed. We'll say the gem is probably another 50 gold.
Ooh.
A glowing gem.
What size is this gem? And is it an emerald?
If that's what you want it to be.
It's a green diamond.
It's an emerald.
Look at this ruby that I found.
It's a ruby.
It's a green ruby?
It's a diamond now.
A green diamond?
It's obviously fluorite.
Anything left behind under the statue?
No, it's obliterated.
Obliterated.
It seems like this was maybe one of Abathar's tests for his followers, that if they would try to cheat him or steal from their offerings, he would kill them. He is kind of a fucked up god when I did
That
some
was
research
an awful
on
lot
him.
of work.
Yeah. By this time, the other two shield dwarfs heard the explosion and come. What happened?
Nothing. And old man Wilkins is going to jam the emerald into his bag right next to all the pickles.
Abathar's test.
We have cleared the room of the slimes.
So we'll split the treasure 50-50. By my measurements, you guys have 100, 200, 250 in jewels, basically. 250 in jewels.
If we split this treasure with you, would you go back to Fandelvin where it is safe?
Roll a persuasion check.
It is 19. I have no modifiers to my charisma.
I should never have said their names, but Norbus is like, no, no, and then Dazzling goes, grabs him and says, yes, 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 we'll go back. We'll go back.
Is this agreeable with you all? I will give my share.
You guys can keep everything. I just want this gem. I was going to say that with my mind, so that nobody knows that I got a gem.
We will share the treasure with you, of course.
That means you guys made 125 in gems. If 50 of it is the gem he kept, then that means you guys have to separate 25 each. I'm sorry, 75.
Who is your deity that you serve? Is it Moradin?
I gotta look.
He's not ready to talk about his religion. You don't talk about politics and religion at level 2.
Moradin is a bit of a crafty kind of god. Clangeddon Silverbeard is more of a warlike god. That's who, what's his name, serves. Would Clangeddon be 2 battle axes, and Moradin is a anvil and hammer.
I'm thinking he's gonna be more warlike.
I give to Clangeddon what belongs to Clangeddon. These are gems from your homeland. They belong with you.
Okay.
It's very generous of you.
25 gems.
Yeah, you need to keep them. Gonna need to finance our trips.
Eventually I will find something for myself.
Can we go back out that pathway that was on the side? Or
Sure, yeah, you guys can continue. I was just clearing. Yeah, absolutely.
He's a very minimalist kind of person, and he's like all about helping other people and things like that. But it's like it's almost like a Robin Hood almost kind of thing.
So you go back to that other way, and
thing that is.
kind of leads to a dead end.
But there's a secret door here.
Do a check, please.
It's going to be. So it'll be.
Is that with your advantage?
Oh no. 17 plus.
I think that'll be good enough.
Four. I get
4.
4 more, so yeah, it'll be 21.
Yeah, you found another secret passage.
And another passage here.
What's in that secret passage?
What a surprise! Dwarves in our secret passages.
Sneaky god.
It's like elves in their trees.
What do you have to say about elves and their trees?
I love them.
What of it?
It just seems like another barracks chamber of sorts. You find maybe some old daggers and things like that. Nothing of real value.
Very nice.
Okay.
I'll take some of these daggers. I'll take 2 more daggers. There's my treasure.
Okay. Alright, yeah, a couple of daggers. They just need to
Couple
be cleaned
dwarven
up and they'll
daggers.
be good, yeah?
Yeah.
Good dwarven daggers.
How many daggers are in here?
6.
You take 2.
Yes.
I take 4.
I
I put them in the bag next to my pickles and my emerald. Oh, I got tapioca all over my pickles.
Well, it's been a long day. Shall we rest?
You rest in the cave. Really cool.
I imagine that you two need to take
Like,
a long
They're
nap.
with you. They're like, oh, we'll stay here. Yeah, we can stay the night. It is getting late.
Would not be safe to travel in the dark.
Or especially with the, you say, a dragon about.
Well, then Welkin is going to take the shield off of his back, just lay it down on the hard ground, and use it as a pillow.
I will keep watch most of the night.
Okay.
You guys.
I require 4 hours of meditation.
Well, I can take the first shift if you want to meditate.
I will do that.
Okay.
Big deal. Humans can do that too if we want.
So I'll chill out for 4 hours.
I'll take the first watch.
All right, so you take the first watch.
Yeah.
So,
Old Man Welkin snores all night.
yeah. About 3 hours go by. Give me a
Ooze bubbles.
perception check.
That is going to be a 11.
You hear sounds coming from the old when you came in there was that courtyard area.
Mm-hmm.
You hear sounds coming from there, like sounds of chainmail and things like that, footfalls, loud to an extent. I mean,
Like soldiers?
Yeah.
I'll wake up everybody.
Yeah, I
guess,
will
and
be.
say,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just like
Oh,
"Here
here.
to have
trance.
visitors."
Stop, your tentacles tickle. Old Man Welkin says in his sleep.
Right.
I am highly perceptive. I think that I would probably be like right on it as soon as you're like, "Hey."
Yeah.
I have a passive of like 17, so I'll be like, "Oh, spring to action. What's up? What's up?
We have some armored persons coming this way.
yeah, you could tell they're probably in the courtyard right outside. You guys have imagined we're staying right in that.
Are they headed our way?
Yes.
Can we get a advantage or a vantage point to see?
Yes.
Okay. Did the other two guys say that there's?
They were with you, yeah.
Yeah. Are there any other people that are working with you guys?
No, just us.
You have visitors?
No.
Okay.
I slink into the darkness and immediately hide.
Alright, I'll take that.
I'm a wood elf, so I can hide behind almost anything. So I'm just gonna like disappear.
Old Man Wilkins is going to roll over and take the shield from under his head and put it over his head. And he's going to go, just wake me up if they attack.
You peek out there, coming through that little broken town area. You see orcs.
Orcs.
Yes.
Zorks.
Orcs.
Zorks.
All right. Can I tell how many?
Yes. You see 4.
4 orcs. It looks like.
Well, better hope they don't catch us. They couldn't kill 4 orcs.
Damn. Some badass looking orcs. God damn it.
You guys are way back here, okay? Let's say you guys are, you're safely behind those. Remember those doors? You guys are back there.
The big damn orc.
Would I be able to like I don't. So explain to me. So like they're out here in this courtyard.
There's that doorway that we.
Would
Yeah,
I
you
be-
guys went up some stairs into like there was.
Would I be able to be like look down on them?
Yes, you guys would be probably. It's no more than 10 feet.
I want to stay hidden. I want to see. I want to do like a. I want to try to attempt a like a stop right where you are kind of thing, and threaten them without giving away my position kind of thing. Like echo my voice off the walls.
What do you guys want to do while he's prepping that?
I want to telepathically communicate to
I
him.
get my.
We murking these fools?
I get ready for fighting.
The other ones are prospectors. They're not fighters, so
Yeah.
they kind of just get back.
Do you have Tasha's? Where's that Tasha's?
He's got Tasha's underneath in there, and I've got it here, I think.
I don't think that
Here we go.
I don't think I can limit on my power how much I can use it.
All right. Whenever you're ready to start it, we'll start it.
Halt!
The
You
orc
are
leader.
being set upon by several snipers. Take one more step, and it will be your last.
Do a what is the fraud check?
Deception?
Deception. Yes. Do a deception check.
Fraud check.
10.
They stop.
Okay.
They look around because there's all these buildings and stuff, so it's possible. And it's kind of a canyon-like courtyard area, so your voice echoes, so they can't quite pinpoint where you're at. Who goes there? And they speak in common. We desire this cave for our new home. We claim it.
You cannot claim it, for it is already occupied.
We've been driven from our home by the dragon, Cryovane. We seek sanctuary.
While I am sympathetic to your plight, this is not a suitable place for you to claim as your home. You will have to move on.
We have nowhere else to go.
Oh, they have nowhere else to go.
You can leave. We'll let you live.
I can promise you that if you take one more step, you will be killed. And I'm going to fire an arrow. I want it to go up into the air, like fucking Game of Thrones style, and like land here, so they can't really tell where it's coming from. If I can maybe set a difficulty and use an attack roll for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Set the difficulty and I'll try to beat it.
Yeah, I'm setting the difficulty.
Alright, I roll 18 plus 6. What's that?
24.
Wow. Shit, I only put it at 15. Okay,
Okay,
good.
very good.
And then it steps back.
I'm going to mark that off my arrows. Keeping track of my ammo.
You don't seem to understand. We have nowhere to go. It's this or death outside by the dragon.
Is the dragon currently outside?
Go ahead. You do this. This is you.
Step out of the shadows so we can speak.
I will not step from the shadows. I will once again tell you that tonight, this cave is not obtainable for you. Come back another night and you might find us gone.
How about this?
You guys can hear me yelling this shit.
Into their minds I project my voice. And I say, no, you don't understand. You can come in here and surely die, for our numbers are multitude. Or you can go out there and take your chances with the dragon, who may or may not find you. You could be assured death here now. Or you can leave and take your chances. Intimidation check?
I look at them like looking off into the darkness.
Like, why do I feel like old man Watkins after stuff? You like my new voice? I've been practicing that. That's my scary voice. I use that for spooky
somehow
stories.
his intimidation voice is the same as
It is always the same.
Elder Creed.
Yeah, and it's the same when he yells at people at work.
Oh, it is.
I told you to put salt on the fucking fries.
13.
Two of them back off. We don't know how many there are.
This is your final warning. The next arrow will be through one of your skulls.
Begrudgingly, they turn and leave.
Oh, good. I was totally bullshitting with all of that multitude shit.
You say out loud.
And so the orcs leave. As they're leaving, you notice you didn't notice at first, but they have some form of war paint you recognize, Westar.
Okay.
The war paint is it marks the one as followers of Talos.
Come down from my little perch. That was a war party of the followers of Talos.
A human god?
It is an evil storm god. Well, I know that.
Yes.
I'm just saying it.
Listen.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah, I mean, there's no real secret about you being a follower of the Enclave, Emerald Enclave.
Emerald Enclave.
Their rival is Talos, the storm god. That's their rival. That's why you would notice that war paint.
In the old circles that I ran with in Coromir, our rivals were Talos members, warriors of that follower.
Talos isn't even one of the real gods.
They must have been low-ranking soldiers, for most of their followers cannot be persuaded to run so easily.
I can be really persuasive.
You would know that Talos is a dark side of nature. He's uncaring and destructive. He's the god of storms, forest fires, earthquakes, tornadoes, and general destruction.
Huh.
Everything bad that ever happens can be blamed on Talos
Yeah,
That's
basically.
and lizard people
Yes. We should ban the worship of Talos.
and lizard people.
I would say that running them off, you guys
One person got it.
have the rest of the night uneventful. I'm sure you probably trade.
I would have stayed up the rest of the night
Yes.
watching that door, watching for Talos
Yeah.
and what works.
And you still only need 4 hours sleep, so you've got probably about 2.5 to 3 hours already. So I'm sure you can get an hour in somewhere while someone's up shitting. So with that, you guys are now level 3.
All right.
Hey.